Hi everyone, welcome back to Sports Kabri. With me are Adi and Rishi. Mumbai Indians, bro, they have been sort of in the conversation in the past couple of days. It hasn't quite gone their way so far. And this conversation again about whether or not Hardik Pandya is the right guy. Is there a little something happening behind the scenes? Rohit Sharma doesn't look too happy. Um, And yeah, even the batting performances. I mean, it didn't come yesterday from Hardik Pandya. Had a massive stare off with Sai Kishore. I think it was a left arm orthodox who won that battle as well. So a lot of things not quite going his way. Rishi, bro, I'll come to you straight away. Like, what is the feeling around Hardik Pandya right now? He had a bad 2024 season. He started poorly again as captain in 2025. What are you putting it down to?
I mean, the first game he didn't play, so this is pretty much his first game. I wouldn't go straight and dig into him. Like, okay, fine. You want to take like after maybe like half a season or like at least 4 5 games at least, and then you can have a fair assessment on his captaincy. Of course, his batting was poor yesterday. I felt like the
Rishi's
team.
had 1 year as captain, by the way.
Yeah, so again, that was again filled with a lot of controversy. I'm not going to sit and call him a failure of a captain as of yet and ask for his head and all, or go back to Rohit Sharma or anything else. Like, we brought him in, okay, like give him time. Of course, at the end of the season, if there's no light, like at the end of the tunnel, then of course we can look at other options. But what is the point of looking at it like one game into the season?
No,
And
Rishi, I'm just talking about you vibes. Of course, like it's one game in. I'm not saying that you can judge him or all. I'm just saying like in terms of vibes, you think the vibes in the around the team is the same as what it was last year. Then in which case it would be a problem, right?
see, I'm not going to say the vibes is great, was ideal when Rohit Sharma was the captain as well, like 2 years ago, because we have been under the pump for a while now. Like, even in like 2 years ago, the team was going through a bit of a change, a bit of like we've had a lot of changes. We've had players leave. It's been somewhat of a transition phase that we were going in at that time was also. And of course, and last season when the whole captaincy controversy happened, that overshadowed our performances, and the fact that we couldn't finish off games, we couldn't see through games, also compounded. And we have lost some big names we couldn't really fill up, and we had a consistent pipeline of reliable talent. I feel the last 2 years that has not been up to the mark, like I feel. And even the first game we had Vignesh Putur play, and the second game he wasn't there at all. We had Satyanarayan Raju. He of course, okay, he did well, but I don't think he's a good enough player. Of course, maybe I'm too harsh, maybe I'm wrong, but at least I don't see as great a potential as like that, like the players we used to bring in. And same with Robin Mins. Like, I'm not even complaining that the runs are not coming. I'm complaining that he's not even playing good cricketing strokes. The first game he was just swinging the same shots, the same strokes 3 4 times, and got out eventually playing the same ball, the same stroke. This game, wide outside off stump, a half tracker ball. His feet are planted. He's trying to have a swing at it. It goes to the third man. So he's worked hard and gotten the chance. What are you doing with it? The same thing with the batting lineup altogether. I don't see a collective effort. Like, okay, like Tilak Verma carried for a large part of last season and the season before that. So I'm not going to expect or like put a lot of pressure on him. The others are not helping out either. Ryan Rickleton, again, poor. Namandir was contributing last year, again, has not been good enough. Surya Kumar Yadav has not been, of course, okay, he scored 40 odd runs, but if you can't complete a chase, as senior players, if you can't stay till the end and see through the chase, again, what are you doing? Mitch Santner, I don't think is a T20 all rounder. Of course, in a 50 over game, in a test match, he's a different player altogether. But I simply don't think he's a T20 all rounder as such. And who else is left? I don't even think, again, Rohit Sharma is another walking wicket. It's a matter of time before he throws away his wicket. And the yesterday's ball, it was a good ball, like just kissing the top of off stump, but that showed his lack of footwork. Like, both his feet were planted. It was almost as if he was trying to paddle. Like, I don't know what he was trying to do. So yeah, like the batting is a big concern. And when it comes to captaincy, I don't think the situation was like, all like sunshine and rainbows under Rohit Sharma's last season as captain either. So I wouldn't read too much
Hmm.
into that.
Interesting. So the vibes are okay. Like you think like it's not, the dressing room is not lost.
The dressing room, again, bro, we had big name players. We had players like Kyron Pollard, like Trent Bolt before he went. Of course, he's back now, but then these are all proven winners. We had Quinton de Kock. All these guys have been playing for a while with us now, and have been serial winners with us. When you get rid of these players and get in players who aren't as good, of course things are going to change. And yeah, like I said, it's not just one or two, and it's not like you can suddenly just bring in a new captain, bring in the confidence, and these guys are suddenly going to click. That is only going to take you a couple of games. For
Mhm.
I like these guys have to. These guys are professional players, I feel, who are not trying hard enough and not giving their all. Like this, it just feels like they're pretty much half-assed about it. You have to be a little bit more serious. You have to be a little bit more committed to the cause. I feel that is not there to begin with.
Hmm. Interesting. Adi, what do you think? That like you think like this Hardik Pandya thing, the whole controversy, is it still ongoing? Like what is the scene you what is the feeling that you have around Mumbai fans and stuff like that?
I mean, firstly, I see. I don't know what I I do. Maybe there are issues in a dressing room. I don't know really. I can't say who are making these issues because who can you point it out to? Like, can you say the young guys are gonna sit and go on one side and each other? No, I don't think so. It's a new team since last year, so you can't even make it saying that the dressing room is a bit toxic because last year was a totally different story to this year, right? And firstly, like in terms of at least for me, if you're saying it was not great under Rohit Sharma's last year, I think if I'm not wrong, they came third that year, right, in 2023. I think they
We
lost.
just about made it to the playoffs. Yes.
No, but you guys also won the eliminator, and then if I'm not wrong, you lost to GT in the playoffs, which
Yeah.
then GT CSK played. So I think going from coming third, technically, in the entire season. So even if you're saying you didn't have the best players, like I remember last year we had a conversation about how Cam Green is not a great T20 player, didn't perform well for Mumbai, and then Hardik coming in is a big upgrade in that position as the all-rounder. And then also coming into last season, you're also saying you're getting a better captain than Rohit Sharma because you're saying Rohit Sharma didn't perform well. He came third the
I
previous
didn't
year.
say he was
Now
a better captain necessarily than Rohit Sharma.
I mean, I feel like that was the point right now. You said it was not great and under Rohit Sharma. The
No,
team
no,
was
the
not
vibes
performing well
weren't
under Rohit Sharma.
like I said. The whole controversy about the captaincy took over, so that necessarily you can't. Again, it was just rumors that okay, there were a lot of players feeling like Rohit Sharma should have been given a longer rope and etc etc. So it's not for us to sit and say okay, was it the dressing room that was unstable or what? I'm saying when he was a captain last year, it was not like all the players were rallying through for him or like it was championing for the cause and things like that. It was I don't see that much of a difference in the 2023 season as to now. Like the players are all professional. Okay, they are turning up, they want to play. That's about it. I never saw these guys having that level of commitment or extra, that 20-30% of commitment they had for Rohit Sharma that is missing here necessarily. That's what I felt.
So you're saying there has been no difference in terms of players performing and the passion they show for the team. That means again, right?
Passion they show for the team, not I wouldn't say as much, no.
Yeah, so that again shows that you have looked at Hardik Pandya. You said he's an upgrade. There were talks at that time saying he's going to be the new T20 captain for the cricket team, also, right? And overall, the fact is, at that time, he was a so called two time IPL final captain. Once he won, once he lost in the finals. And if you like it or not, Mumbai Indians saw him as an upgrade. I think they said, yeah, like if Rohit Sharma is not good enough as a captain, and we're just making it off to the playoffs, you're only third right now, we need to go win. And then again, you're upgrading a position in so-called Cameron Green. You're taking him out and getting in a better player, a seasoned player. He's someone who's played for India for so long. And looking at the squad right now, I don't understand when you're saying that before you had guys like Pollard. Looking at the team right now, you have the most senior number of players I've ever seen in any IPL team. You look at it, you have Bumrah, you have Bolt, you have Rohit Sharma, you have Surya Kumar Yadav. That's like four big shot players. Like I don't see any other team have four big shot players, four seniors, four leaders, and some of the best players in the sport, technically, especially in T20. Like, I look at even RCB team, I can't sit and say these four players are senior players, big players. I look at CSK also right now, I can't sit and say, apart from Dhoni and Jadeja, and maybe Ashwin, I can't sit and say these guys are seasoned veterans in T20 and great leaders, like etc. And I look at any big team, I can't. Even going last year to like some team like KKR, I don't see anyone I can sit and say, okay, these guys are big leaders, big personalities. So I don't know what the logic of, okay, one Pollard, missing one Pollard, and it's a total different team. I don't agree, because you still have a lot of players. You have technically one of the best T20 all rounders. You have the best T20 bowler. I mean, you guys say it's the best bowler ever. You do have a T20 winning captain. If you just look at, 8 months ago, Rohit Sharma was winning the World Cup. Surya Kumar, number one T20 batsman. So I can't sit here and say, it's a very weak team. It is totally different from what they were before. Looking at even 23, 24, the team was same. And again, the conversation of how you upgraded from, Cameron Green to Hardik Pandya. So the team was similar. So it could have been at least pushing to the playoffs, should have been a thing. Coming to this year, you guys have upgraded on your bowling department, pace department. You have three good bowlers. For sure, like, right now, this guy's not playing. What Bumrah's not playing, but he will come back. You have Bolt, you have Deepak Chair. Even spin department, I think, is considerably improved since your last 2, 3 seasons. Having Santner, even Mujib, I actually didn't know Mujib was also a part of this thing. It's still an upgrade to what you had before. And I think overall, it's been pretty much the same team. Like, if you really want to talk about it, Will Jacks had a pretty decent season last year for RCB. You guys spent around 6 crores and bought him, and literally the second match he's dropped. So I can't sit and say that you don't have a great team or good team to be saying, okay, we don't have the players right now, and captain can't be responsible for what we went through,
See,
because it's
like
something similar that happened last year also.
I mean, like the whole captain thing. Like one thing for me that I noticed and I wanted to like ask you also, the whole Will Jacks thing. Okay, like you brought him in, you bought him in. As soon as he was bought in the auction, they went shaking hands with the entire room and stuff, thanking the RCB staff for the player and all, and they dropped him after one game. Of course, there's a leadership say in that, right? Like obviously Hardik Pandya would have had a say in that. Like, first of all, like what do you think? Like, how do you see that call? And like, is that almost going against your backing your players? Because it looked like Mumbai Indians were very happy to have Will Jacks on board, and then in the second game you drop him.
No, if you guys remember, like just before the CSK game, I was telling that we have to, like, I wasn't sure about Mitch Santner, but I wanted Mujibur Rahman to play. And I
Okay.
was very surprised when Mujibur Rahman did play. So, considering this Gujarat pitch, I wasn't too unhappy that they took Will Jacks out and brought Mujibur Rahman. Okay, like a specialist spinner you want to bring in to complement Mitch Santner, that's okay.
Mm.
Now, the question about Will Jacks, who, like, again, who else do we drop? Like, I see, first of all, I'm not convinced at all with Robin Mins. Okay, you can bring him again, whether he should be playing as an impact sub or etc is a different question, but then that leaves us with just one wicket keeper of Ryan Rickelton. Now, you want to take out Ryan Rickelton, you want to bring in Will Jacks. That means you're forcing your hand with Robin Mins. Otherwise, pretty much Trent Bolt is our, like, right now Trent Bolt is our only pacer, like senior foreign pacer, who's, I feel, is our best pacer right now without Bumrah. So there's no point in dropping him either. So the question really comes about whether you want to play Mitch Santner or you don't. Now, when it comes to yesterday's game, okay, fine. I felt Gujarat pitch, you will have something to when it comes to the spinners. And
Was
Will
there not
Jacks
an
was
opportunity to
not,
play Vignesh Puttur after the debut he had? Like,
yeah,
would you
he should
not
have been.
say?
I was extremely surprised that we went with Satyanaran Raju instead of
Or
Vignesh
or
Puttur, because
even
then
instead of Mujib, like you want to use the leg spinner, like we know it was a whatever slowish wicket, and they said it in Gujarat as well. Partha Patel spoke about the wicket being slow, but uh,
Adi, you're on mute.
Sorry, but Mujib only used 2 overs. It's not like you utilize Mujib to the full anyways. So it's not like
That's true. That's
you
true. I
got in
mean,
Mujib and you're not playing him fully anyways. So I
no,
don't think we can
I
sit and
was
even say
surprised
that.
with Vignesh Put. I mean, like you brought in Mujib instead. Might as well have played Vignesh Puttur as a second spinner. You would have given you that Chinaman option, and you could have continued playing Viljacks. Does this mean that Viljacks now, though obviously after this performance, Mujib is gone,
mm.
but otherwise, did you see Viljacks coming back when you guys went back to Mumbai?
I feel we do need that batting support from Will Jacks, because none of our batsmen right now are like reliable enough. We need some whatever experience we can get. And I was never convinced of Ryan Rickelton as a batter. Okay, fine, you want to keep him as a wicket keeper, all right, but I still feel our batting is very, very, very shallow. And it all comes down to, yeah, even the previous game, it came down to Tilak Verma and Surya Kumar Yadav having to like thread out a partnership. So we need every help we can get. So at least right now, in the given situation, I really feel we have to bring back Will Jackson. And as a pure batter, none of this give him 2-3 overs kind of gimmick, but just play him as a pure batter, one down, just give him the run.
Hmm.
But then if you play Will Jacks one down, then what happens to your
Bro,
middle order? Won't you?
wait, this is actually interesting. Okay, like this. Sorry, Adi. Like before we like move it on, Rishi, like, do you think the issue is not the Hardik Pandya, the captain, but the fact that there are so many captains within this team itself? Like,
How is that?
Aryan is suggesting that
Oh,
maybe if you kept Hardik Pandya, you could have let go of probably like one of the big names who are already like who are actually captains of the national team, like
from
Rohit Sharma or
from day one,
Surya.
I've been saying we shouldn't have retained Rohit Sharma for the money we did.
Hmm.
It should, like, that move was completely inexplicable. Now it's all the most, like, all the more it is looking like an even more dumb move, and even an even more inexplicable move by every passing game, because it looks like he's like, I like I if I don't even know how many games he can survive out of the power play, like, let alone go 10 overs. Like, it's a walking wicket at this point. Like, you give him, like, even in I wouldn't be surprised if he got out in the first or second over when it came to a pitch like Hyderabad pitch. That's how unreliable he is. And yeah, it's been a while that he has batted consistently. Of course, he had in his terms, he had a good season last year, but that is the first time he showed some promise when it came to batting for a long time. And if we
Hmm.
weren't going to use him for his captaincy, for his presence on the pitch, I did not. I really don't see a reason as to why we had to keep him. So again, if the team wants to make it look like, okay, like there is some sort of cohesion, we're not completely icing him out to make peace with the fans. To some extent, it was understandable. But then, if you're dropping these kind of performances, then there is no point. Like, ultimately, you're a cricketing side. If you could bring in another opener or another player who can back the performance, who can put in performances, nobody's going to complain.
Hmm.
Like, at the end of the day, if that batsman, the replacement, is coming in and winning you games, nobody's going to be like, oh, but Rohit Sharma would have done this. But no, he wasn't. So his, like, and during his time, it, like, he showed what he could do. He won us a lot, and eventually it is time to move on. Nobody stays forever. So it, ideally, this should have been the cycle. Now he just stays on for another couple of years. I don't see how this is going to get any better with the Rohit Sharma situation, that is.
Interesting. I understand a bit AFTV like the title of the video. I don't know if you're referring to moving on from Mikel Arteta, but um, yeah, that's that. We're not going to comment. Um, yeah, this
What do you mean
so
AFTV, bro? Like we're just asking a question, right? Like technically, it's been what 1.5 seasons, if I'm not wrong. I mean, almost 1 season, 2 games. I
yeah.
think it's a valid question. Again, it comes down to the fact that 2 years ago there were what in the semi-finals of IPL in that sense.
Hmm.
So obviously, it's a normal question, bro. Like I think if I think Arun P is a Mumbai fan, if I'm not wrong, and
Are
just
you
trying to
Arun?
understand
Are
what's
you Arun?
happening.
Are you a Mumbai fan? I know Tejas is a Mumbai fan. Thanks, man. Thanks for the support. Um, but so then Rishi, you're almost conceding that, bro. Like this is how it's going to run for the next 1.5 years. Are you okay with that?
The what is going to run for the next 1.5 years?
Like it's this is the story. Like obviously, Rohit Sharma is going to play for the next year and a half, right? Unless they what year and a half, 2.5 years, right? Unless like they take a bold call and say no, this is it for Rohit Sharma and Hardik Pandya is going to be like I almost feel like somewhere that they should have if they were going to keep Rohit Sharma, just should have just stuck with him, bro. Like as captain also, like it just doesn't make it's too
It
many big names and Hardik
But
Pandya is the
Hardik
kind of
only wanted to
captain.
come into Mumbai if he got the captaincy, right? If I'm not wrong, that was like one of the
No,
biggest
that's true.
reasons
That's
he
true.
came.
That's true. And like, bro, the thing is with the kind of character he is, bro. Yesterday also with Sai Kishore, like, bro, I don't know.
And
I
Psycho Shot didn't do anything. He was just standing and then he
yeah,
just
bro, you're just
throws his
staring.
hands out and runs towards
Just the
the
just the
player,
little
right?
slur. Was it needed? I don't know.
Yeah,
But
fair.
I like the fact that he stood up to him, and it was pretty good. It was a great moment, and especially he got the better of him throughout that phase. So I think he did pretty well also. So there are some question marks, bro. What about Hardik Pandya, the batter? Rishi, I mean, of course, he's coming off, I think, some good form um, in the Champions Trophy. Good form, even that, I would say, like, yeah, okay, he's got like a couple of performances in. But are you confident in Hardik Pandya, the player, also?
The player, I wouldn't. Again, he's not my biggest concern at the moment, at least. Like, yeah, I felt he bowled really well, and it's only one game in, and I feel it would be a bit harsh to just go in and be like, okay, this about his batting performances. Yeah, considering he's coming off of a decent cricketing calendar year. So yeah, if he produces similar performances throughout the season, then of course question marks have to be raised towards him. But at least for now, it's fine. I feel the team has bigger concerns, like how we're not able to chase down any total. We're not able to string any partnerships at any point in till we reach mid Santner. We're not able to string any partnership. So that is my bigger concern. And even when it comes to bowling, our spin department, we're like right now we're all over the place. Like of course, now, like you guys said, like I don't think Mujibur Rahman is going to get a run at least in the upcoming game. So that means Mitch Santner might play, Vignesh Puthur might play, or if Will Jacks will come in, will he get the ball for at least as a part-time option? Like I don't know. So yeah, these two are my primary concerns compared to like the form of Hardik Pandya, because I think that is something you can. I think it'll be a matter of confidence. If you have one or two decent games where he scores like 30, 40, it'll be all right. But where do you go? Where do you answer these questions about the lack
Okay.
of cohesion in batting and spin bowling?
One more question I have for you. Okay. Say Rohit Sharma's form continues, continues to average 3, 4, whatever single digit number for the next few games. Okay. And do you think Hardik Pandya, the captain, has it in him to say, you know what, I think it's time we sort of let him be. Let's drop him out after 3, 4 games, like whatever, and like
He's been
let's have
rested. He'll
normal.
be rested, Rahul. He won't be dropped.
Yeah, obviously he has to be rested, not dropped, but like whatever that is, rested, dropped, whatever, and play somebody like open with Will Jacks or something like that. Do you think he has the captain has the ability to make that kind of a call?
Yeah, I think the part of captaincy should be making difficult calls. No,
No,
so
but
at
do
the
you
end of the
think he
day,
can? Do you think he can?
I think the way he handled the whole the negativity and the whole booing thing when it came to every cricket ground, I felt that showed some resilience as a player and as a character. So I don't really have anything else to say that okay, like he has, because I don't think he's had to make any such. This is probably going to be one of the most difficult captaincy decisions he would have taken in his, at least in his captaining career so far. So I can't really say okay, I have enough evidence to say will he or won't he. But as a player, as a character, the
Your
way he
gut
dealt,
feel.
bro, I think it's more than just the player. I feel it's the whole thing comes down to the coaching staff and the management, bro. Like because they have to look at themselves, because it's
Yeah.
not like they knew, they thought that Rohit Sharma was going to be this game changer opener who's gonna like gun us through the power plays every single game. So you knew what you were going to get. So
But
if
he'll
you've
have
had
a
to
say,
make
no?
at least,
Hardik Pandya will have a say.
of course he will have a say. And bro, 4 games in, if he's not performing, or 5 games in, if he's not performing, it's all single digits. I don't think he's still going to be like, you know what, just let him be. Because at the end of the day, if the team is not performing, if that's working against the team, the question marks are going to come on him. It's going to be his responsibility. Like look at this, like we're talking about Hardik Pandya's captaincy, or his, like, is he good enough after 2 games? So now if it continues for another 5 6 games, of course the questions are going to be even more. So I don't think he's just going to sit and be like, you know what, just let him be. It's okay. He's been a big player for us in the past. And yeah, but I don't think he's going to be solely responsible if they have to move him out. I think the management, I think the coaching staff, all of it, it has to be a collective decision.
I have another question. Okay, actually, it's an interesting one. Uh, Say Rohit Sharma scores runs
Okay.
next few games, 2, 3 games, he scores runs,
Hmm.
but you're not winning games. halfway point of the season, do you think Mumbai Indians will take a call to switch, like to swap captains at that point, back to Rohit or
Oh,
go to Sky
back
or
to Rohit.
something, or so go
Again,
to
back to
Sky
Rohit.
or
I
Bumrah?
don't think they'll go back to Rohit. And again, it'll either be Sky or Bumrah if it has to be. But I don't think they'll do that mid-season either, bro. I
Bro,
think
that's
at
my
least they're
question, bro.
gonna do it
Like,
at least the end of the season. I don't think they'll do it at least like smack dab in the middle of the season.
bro, don't you feel like there was a difference in the first game versus second games in terms of captaincy, the way team performed, and the way the team showed fight in the first game? I think looking at that first game when the target was around 155, 156, I thought Emma would lose that with ease, and I thought CSK would chase it, especially the way Gaikwad and Rachan were going. I really thought they would win.
Actually,
And
that's
Surya
true,
Kumar made
bro.
those changes. He forced them, put them under pressure. And I could see him as a captain because I saw him talking with everyone. I saw him cheering. I saw him having that energy on the field, especially against Chennai. And yesterday when I was watching, I didn't watch, but looking at the highlights, like I really can't say. So it's a question out there.
I watched the game and I think Adi's. I agree. Like I genuinely feel like there was a body language like slight difference. The way Surya like really kept the team in the game on the field against Chennai, it didn't seem too similar. I don't know if you felt that, Rishi, but like I felt like there was a slight difference, and Riyan Parag took an absolute blinder just now. By the way,
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
saw.
bro. I mean, are you sure it didn't hit the ground? Because
no,
that
Nah,
bro,
was
it's
he
too
under.
low.
seems
It's under.
confident.
It's under.
Oh,
But yeah,
brother,
for
Oh,
me,
they
what
didn't
is he
give it up.
celebrating for, bro? What is he celebrating? He's running around the entire ground. But yeah,
brother, you can't say anything from that angle. How are you sitting and saying it touched the ground?
bro, it's hit, dad. It's hit the. You can see it's like.
I don't think there's
Now
conclusive evidence to
his
say.
fingers look
Anyways,
under. To be fair,
let's. We will see what happens with this. But Rishi, yeah, dude, like,
his fingers look under, man. But yeah, for me, coming back to it, even not only on the field, but yesterday even while batting,
oh,
at least in the
he.
second innings, I could see Surya Kumar. First of all, I think Surya Kumar Yadav was one of the best batters yesterday because he had the highest strike rate. He was scoring a lot of runs, and he was playing well. I mean, most of it was coming from fine leg etc. But he was scoring those runs. And I remember if you're going to tell that be harsh on Sky saying he didn't bat well yesterday and got out. But if I just want to put in context for what I was yesterday, I think it was Prashid Krishna who was bowling that over. There were 4 to 5 dots directly in that over.
Dude,
I think
yeah. And what is this
there was
whole
one, and there was
5
Hardik
dot
Pandya batting that
situation?
over.
Is he
And
is he
then
trying to? He's almost Dhoni like it feels, bro. Like I'm not
exactly,
even
that's how I
joking.
felt. And the last ball, I think Suryakumar Yadav got the last ball of the over to play, and he had to play like he showed some intent to hit a six. It was not like he had any option to sit and again take your time. He had to play the shot. He took that shot, and yeah, for sure, like he got out, but it was a slow ball outside off stump, wide slower ball, and like he couldn't do anything. There was no other opportunity to do anything else than like just swing the bat. And again, like questions come under like Hardik Pandya knows the situation. He knows it's like a lot of runs to score in a very short amount of balls. Like you have to go from ball one, you have to be able to hit. And yesterday he didn't show that intent at all, bro. Like for me, like I don't want to like talk about anything, but the way he was batting, I don't think he realized the target was 190 and he had to score runs. Like he was just sitting, he was waiting for the ball to come. If he was uncomfortable, he just defended it. He had no intent to come and hit the entire innings. And the way he got out, bro, I'm sorry, the way he got out, it literally looked like he's match fixing. I'm sorry to say that word.
Brother.
This brother, he purposely played it, bro. It looked like he purposely played it to him. Like I have
It
no
was
other
very
words,
soft dismissal. It was very soft.
bro. It was not soft. It was like he was like, bro, I know there's a fine like that. I'm gonna play it there. No, sorry, it's short term man, right?
But
He
man,
played it
yeah.
there, and it's like it was so obvious you're gonna get out. Like I don't know any other way. Like I can say, like there's a player there, and it's not like bro, it was a slower short ball. There was no intent to hit it with force. He's such a deft touch he's giving it to him, bro. Like I'm sorry to
Bro, but
say,
no, I genuinely I agree in the sense that the number of dot balls he played, especially with knowing that there's a very capable batter on the other end,
Hmm.
was shocking,
there was
bro.
yeah, there's no intent to take a single
Bro, there
also.
was no intent to take singles at all, and that has to be said. Like, it wasn't even like, yeah, okay, let me nudge this to long on, and we nudge this to long on.
Exactly,
Nothing. Block, block, block. It
bro. He
reminded me
was
a lot
literally
of Dhoni.
blocking every
Yeah,
ball.
yeah, I was
And bro,
like,
I'm sorry
bro.
to say those balls were not balls where you can't take a single. It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
very
exactly.
slow
That's what
balls.
there was
You
just
can
no
just
intent.
Yeah,
He
you can
didn't
literally
want to.
be dynamic and play. You can deflect the ball and take a single in the gap. Like it was not like very tough wicket to wicket, 150, 160 like Archer coming and bowling how he bowled today. It was very slowish deliveries. You have time to go back foot. Just if you want, just sweep it and just take a single. You could have done that. And he didn't do it for like four straight balls, and I was actually shocked. And that was after the Sai Kishore over, by the way, where he had some
Yeah.
big standoff. He was acting like, I don't know why he did that also. And then next over, after he did that standoff, it was very slow. And to be fair, I'm a guy who rates Hardik Pandya as a player, but the way he's played for Mumbai Indians versus the way he plays for India, it's two Hardik Pandyas, and I can't even like deny it because the way I've seen him play for India, let's say even in the T20 World Cup, Champions Trophy versus the way he plays for Mumbai Indians, I don't know, bro. Like
So,
it's
so
something off, I
yeah,
can say.
it's too soon to discuss Hardik Pandya being dropped, of course, because there's been one game as a player. I'm talking about this is, but it is what it is. It's right now RR CSK bro. It's interesting, bro. This game. It's not too bad. I thought RR are going to run away with this, but doesn't seem to be the case. 74 for 3 in 10 overs, but CSK, like always, somehow they're in the game. Now another 2-3 wickets will fall, and I don't know, bro. Then it's
So
all
okay,
on
they
Dhoni.
have they have three all rounders in Ashwin, Overton, and Jadeja. No, after that, all bowlers are gonna come in.
That's true. But how are you saying this, bro?
Bro, last
How are
game
you saying
was
this,
an
bro?
last game was just complete shattering of my beliefs, bro. The minute Ashwin walked in, I was like, you have to be kidding me. And then like 12 the 12th over, if you can't come in and try and win the game, like nobody's asking you to actually chase it down. Like if you're gonna come towards the end, like towards like the 12th over and like die trying, nobody's gonna hold you accountable for that. But then
Yeah.
coming in at 18th over, 17th over, and then hitting two sixes of Krunal Pandya's last over to get 200 strike rate, and then the appreciation from the fans, I was just like, bro,
Bro, but
that's a
it
bit
was
too
it was
much.
great. I got called out by basically everybody, every cricketing like
Yeah, yeah,
pundit.
yeah. Now, actually,
Bro, who
even like
called him out, bro? Tell
the
me.
big
Bro,
chunk of
Sehwag
Chennai
called
Super
him
Kings
Manoj
fans are
Tiwari
also giving him
Sehwag,
flag for that.
but it's good. Like the fact that it was called out.
They're
Yeah,
calling him out because they don't get to watch him bad, Rishi. Not no other reason.
I mean,
Irfan
true, bro.
Pathan, like
MS Dhoni, the batter, should be a treat. Everyone should watch, bro. He should come. He should come two down, three down.
Rishi, do you think we're going to see him today?
Yeah, bro. If another four wickets fall, I think before Khalil Ahmed, he'll come back.
Okay, fine. Yeah, that's so. Yeah, bro. That's we just wrap it up with one last question. Um, what are we putting it down to, bro? Then the Mumbai Indians stuff. Who do you think is what is going on between Raidu and Dhoni, guys? Is there a love affair? Is there some inside? Is what is Dhoni saying? Is he giving him a couple of motorcycles in exchange for these comments?
Aura. It's all aura, bro. It's that
Bro,
Dhoni
I don't
Itana aura.
even think Dhoni knows who he is, bro. That's the funny part. Bro, this guy's yapping. Dhoni won't even
but
have
but
an.
bro, the one guy who's gone into hiding after RCB beat CSK is Ambati Raidu. It has to
He's
be
at. Did
said.
you guys see the post? I think I put on the group. No, Ambati Raidu's post.
Whoa, what do you say?
Hey, he put some apology post. Not apology exactly. Wait.
When?
Uh,
Where?
look.
No, I haven't seen it.
Whoa,
Yeah,
Ambati
yeah, yeah.
Raidu has apologized, bro. I thought this
Not
guy was.
apology. Wait, I'll tell you. Where was it? Where was it?
You sent
Huh.
a photo of the Abdaman guard, Rishi. That's the only thing I remember.
No,
That's
yeah.
true,
So,
bro. It's
so
too
there was
soon.
RCB fans. RCB fans dot official had posted this. We are getting worried. A certain member of the panel has been found
I saw
missing
that.
online for the last 2 hours. If anyone has knowledge about it, please reach out. We hope Ambati Raidu is okay. So Ambati Raidu took a screenshot of that and then posted it saying, "Ha ha ha, good one us at RCB fans official. This is exactly how banter is supposed to be. You guys have a great team this year, and you can hope for the best with a heart emoji."
Bro, I don't think Ambati Raidu knows what banter is, first of all. I don't think he
Exactly,
knows
bro.
what it
I
means.
think banter should be between two people, right?
Yeah, not
Yeah.
a panel member.
bro.
No, I don't know. Like, no one talks to him. No one realizes Ambati Raidu
Yeah,
is a thing, and then he
exactly.
just comes, talks about RCB every day, and then he thinks it's banter. Like, that's not what banter
That's
is.
not what
You
banter is.
can't banter people who don't know you, bro. You can only banter with the people who you know or want to
Exactly, bro.
talk to
Bro,
you.
bro, it was crazy, bro. The number of Dhoni Raidu edits and reels, shockingly crazy. But it's yeah, it's all fun and games, I think, for now. But yeah, IPL season is full gear. This is going to be a cracking finish, I think. CSK versus RR. If you guys have, I mean, one tricky bet that that you'd be placing is whether Dhoni would come into bat or not. Other than that, go for it. Do whatever you want. But yeah, we'll just wrap it up with that, guys.
Wait,
Thanks everyone
Rahul,
for watching.
I want to ask you
Oh yeah,
guys, like,
sorry, sorry.
see for me, it's down to like our batters not showing up enough, and collectively as a unit, if one person
Mm-hmm.
scores 48 or 50, doesn't mean the others get to go out in single digits. Batters have to take collective responsibility and put in, score some
Okay.
consistent runs. And I feel if that comes, like the others not automatically will fall in place, but a big part of our problem is solved almost right then and there. We have some runs. If we have like reliable batters who can chase down 160 or 180, I didn't feel like 187, 190 was that big a total that we couldn't chase down in Ahmedabad. And
Hmm.
same goes with Chennai. Like I felt 170, 180 would have been more than enough. 170 would have been a very good total to put against CSK, but we're not able to do that. So if we can score consistent runs, I feel that itself solves a big chunk of our problem. What do you guys think about it?
I just
Mm,
think genuinely that there is a proper sort of plan issue almost, because the way Parthiv Patel spoke about that wicket, it was not a 196 wicket. It was a 170 to 180 wicket, which means bowling only you've gone 120, 30 runs
Hmm.
and
extra.
there were a lot of misfields. Sorry to
Which
disturb, but
you
there were a
should
lot of
Yeah,
have.
exactly.
misfields.
There were
Yeah.
a lot of misfields. There was
You,
this one overthrow that went for a four. There was a simple
yeah.
boundary
Bro,
conceded. Yeah, yeah.
remember that one chance where they could have had a run out? I think it was Tavati and Rutherford batting or
Tavatia,
something.
correct. And it
Yeah.
went to the
Yeah.
other end. But luckily,
And like,
Tavatia was run out.
Bro, they came, they shook hands and all, bro. Like these two, like, bro, that's what. So I think just from a bowling perspective, it's still not coming for Mumbai. I
Oh,
think
Vijay
batting, of course,
Shankar has
now.
just been done
If you're not
over.
going to get runs from Rohit Sharma in the power play, there is a serious question there. Like, there is a serious question mark for Mumbai, because he needs to deliver. He is the guy you're looking at and saying, boss, like, I need that 30 of 15, 30 of 20, 21 extras. That's a lot, bro. Crazy.
that's literally like 170 to 190 there itself.
Bro, that is your difference, like, literally. If you think about it, that's insane. So, yeah, bro, I think there's a clear, like, issue on the field. And even the CSK game, bro, like, I think I don't know what it is, but like it never feels like there's an X factor in the Mumbai bowling right now until Bumrah comes back, which kind of makes you feel like, okay, yeah, he'll just go through the motions, kind of a thing, which you don't want to see. I think first game, the only reason they were in the fight was also because of captain. And
Hmm.
I think Surya played like I did a great job as captain in that game. So I don't know what you guys feel, but that's just my feeling. And Rohit
Hmm.
Sharma runs in the power play, bro. You just need it. But yeah,
Yeah.
so
For me, bro, I think it's more of, I think there are different factors. I don't want to say, see, I'll tell you honestly, with the players you have, I don't think any team out of the 10 teams have this amount of experience. Again, I'll put that out. Like you have, bro, you technically have the Indian captain, you have the ex-Indian captain, you have your captain itself and a big player who could have also become the captain of India. You have the New Zealand
vice
captain now,
captain.
like yeah, and you have the New Zealand cricket team captain in ODIs. And overall, I can't sit and say you guys lack talent. I think one thing maybe is I can say compared to other teams, maybe Mumbai don't have the middle order. I think I told this in the beginning also. The top orders I think is still on the day if they really play the way they have to is very dangerous to contain them because your top order have better six hitting power than your middle order and lower
They
order.
still
Like
do
you
well
look
in
at it.
Mumbai, bro. Like they'll do well in Mumbai. They'll score runs in
Yeah,
Mumbai.
dude, that's my point. For me, I always felt like these guys are very strong in the top four. Like top four, they have power hitting. They have players who can play. You know, if you're playing Will Jackson or Rickleton, because I still don't think we've seen Rickleton enough in high level cricket to say he needs to be starting. That's one more thing for me because the way Mumbai planned this year, I don't know what their plan was, but coming into the season, I really thought Will Jacks and Rohit Sharma would be the top two because of the fact that we've seen Will Jacks play before in the IPL versus Rickleton, who's not really played international cricket much, nor has he played, IPL at all. So for me, it was like, okay, if Rickleton, I mean, if Viljaks doesn't perform 3, 4 games in, then you have an idea and you can drop Rickleton. I mean, drop Viljaks for Rickleton. But they haven't done that. First game, they took both of them in. Second game, they dropped one guy, which again is clueless for me because in terms of why are you dropping Vignesh if you had a whatever good decent game in the first game?
Yeah, and you're
Technically,
getting
he
a
was your
similar
best
wicket.
bowler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he was your best bowler there, and you came into the idea of saying, okay, this is going to be a very tough wicket to play. It's going to, back the spinners, and you didn't play your spinners. To be fair, you only used 2 overs of Mujib, which was not needed. Uh, I feel like that's as Rao said, it's planning, but I also feel like I'm sorry to say, but with the talent you have, with the players you have, I think as a captain you have to be able to get the best out of the team because it's not just about. I'm not going to sit and say Hardik Pandya should be sitting there and scoring runs left, right, center. If Rohit Sharma is getting out like an idiot, it's not because of Hardik Pandya. But the fact is, after Hardik, bro, you're chasing 190. You can't be playing so slow in the entire game. Even Tilak Verma, I don't think he played fast enough for a 190 score to chase because
Hmm.
it's going to be tougher in the end. You don't have enough batting because Tilak Verma gets out. It's only Hardik Pandya. We are aware of that. Like if you want to say it like that, right? Because you don't have that extra option of Will Jacks. Hardik Pandya is the only player after Surya Kumar Yadav and Tilak Verma. They had to play a bit more. Surya Kumar Yadav in the same wicket was scoring more runs. Was what 170 strike rate if I'm not wrong yesterday when he was playing like 45 or 25 balls or whatever. Tilakoma took more time. He had to eat up more balls. I think you have to be able to play faster in the beginning so the middle orders and the middle order can you know assess the situation and then play according. And again, if have to sit and say what the problem is, I think it's a style of cricket more than anything because I feel I used to say this about test cricket, like you have to play with a certain style of test cricket. I think T20 is becoming like that. Like we can see certain teams are very heavy spin friendly and they rely on the spin. Some teams like to just go aggressive on the batting, etc. I think Mumbai just need to find right balance. I think
mm,
overall that's a big thing. And also, bro, if you're gonna say Bumrah is gonna come in whenever he's gonna come in, then you can say you have another 10, 15 run buffer in terms of your targets. Like if you can think like that. So I think overall you have to find a balance in the batting lineup. I think you can't just drop one player. That's the thing. I feel like it's clueless dropping. Like you dropped Vignesh Puthur. I don't know why. You spend so much on Will Jacks. You didn't even let him play the second game. I don't know why. You got in Hardik Pandya, which is another extra batter. So is that why you're dropping Will Jacks? Like the planning needs to be right, bro. And I
mm.
think it comes down to the captain because it's just not this year, even last year. At the end of the day, the captain is the one who's leading the team, making plans, making decisions on the field. It just comes down to the captain and the way he works out the team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fair enough. So that's that, guys. If you're watching CSK RR, or if you're not, it's 86 and 44 is what the Super Kings need. The 97 for four. Jadeja and Gaikwad in the middle. So yeah, it's going to be might just be a close one. If you want to catch that, catch it. Please like and share the video. Subscribe to Sports Company. And yes, we'll be back soon enough. Bye bye.